Hey everyone, my name is Amin Abdul-Majid, and welcome back to my channel, The Life of a Millennial. So, as promised, as I said in the previous video that I posted with the colorful green and pink shirt that I was wearing that day, um, I am going to make a reaction video to Tom MacDonald's, Brainwashed. And I just previously before this one, I made a video about the High Res the artist in his video called Program. They're very similar and they're both great artists. Tom MacDonald does go into more depth and detail about like situational divide. Oh gosh. Ah, I love it. Like, oh my gosh. You don't even know. He's like that one, Tom MacDonald reminds me of that one high school friend who's just like straight up like speaks his mind and does not give a you know what. And then like his girlfriend Nova is I feel like they're like the same people, like straight up just like that. Like they don't care. They're like real, they're like real OGs. Like it's hard to find people like that nowadays. I promise you, it's so hard. It's just yeah, people like that. I think of like when I think of that particular group of people, I think of like I don't know. Well, we're both millennials, so that's awesome. And yeah, I'm just happy to see that, you know, all these artists are coming out representing and doing what needs to be done. Because whether we want to admit it or not, human beings are influenced by music. And for me, I love music. I've toned down my choices of what I listen to because spiritually that's important to me. I am a non-denominational Christian, so I do believe that what goes into your ears matters, especially the way how it's worded and things like that. And share a short, funny story with you. Just the other day, I was listening to a song by Jay-Z and Beyonce, and the chorus goes something like this. And I know it, all of us know it if you listen to Jay-Z and Beyonce, or if they play his music because they're both really big artists. They're not artists that I listen to though. At least not anymore. When I was a child, I didn't know any better. Teenager didn't know any better. An adult, you start to develop your own sense of, what is right for you, and that's exactly what happened. Anyways, the course of the song goes something like this. All I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriend. Now, let's say that one more time. All I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriend. Just think about that line. Just think about it. And it didn't dawn on me until like, you know how like when you're a kid, you're listening to music, same thing if you're a teenager, you're listening to music, but you're not really processing. You're just listening to the music just to enjoy the moment. You're not thinking about the lyrics of the song, or maybe you are, you just don't care enough or not aware of the impact of the lyrics and how it influences your life. And I know some of you may say, "Oh, these lyrics don't influence me." Words influence us whether we want them to or not. Sorry. Like they just do, whether we want them to or not. There's certain things that bypass we have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. And that goes all the way back to our head. So with music, that's happening, whether we want it to or not. Certain things are going to the back of our head when we're listening to music. Um, if you're wondering why I find this stuff interesting, I do have a degree in psychology and sociology, so this stuff is very interesting. Music and psychology, it's pretty, yeah, those are my things. Those are my things, you guys. That's my thing. But yeah, so that's why I am careful of what I listen to and listening to the lyrics and what they're saying. And if I can't relate to it, then there's no need for me to listen to it. A lot of these songs by these big artists, I cannot relate to whatsoever. And that's because of my upbringing and my background. As again, I've already mentioned, I'm a non-denominational Christian. Before that, I was a Muslim from the time I was born up until the age of 13. Then I went to spirituality. Then I became, well, my mom remarried. She became a Christian, but I didn't take it seriously. I didn't really understand it. So I went into spirituality. Then I came back and I said, you know what? There is a God. I've been taught that through the the faith of Islam. I just that I didn't really, I was a kid and it was forced on me. I didn't have a choice. However, I have nothing against Islam because it's your choice. I don't care what religion you follow, just please take it seriously. That's all I ask. I don't care. In fact, my closest friends are from that faith. Um, I have a few that are Christian, but my closest friends are from the Islam faith, believe it or not. That was my first religion. So, yeah, long story short, I am officially a non-denominational Christian because I don't know which denomination is best for me, but I do believe in God. I have read the Bible. I've read 3 books thus far, and I know I need to read 4 Proverbs. I've read Proverbs, and I don't need to go on, but you get what I mean. And I am familiar with the names in the Bible, from Samson and Delilah to Jacob and Jesus and Abraham and all those good stories. There's a lot of I love the story of Job. Oh my gosh, that man literally went through hell and back and he proved his worthiness. Like it just goes to show that we will have to go through harsh times to prove our loyalty. But then again, like loyalty, trust isn't earned easily. It shouldn't be earned easily by anybody. Think about it. It just, you can't just, oh, you just can't take it word from mouth. Actions speak louder than words. They really do. Like, you got to have actions. And that's basically what was happening to Job in the Bible. But, anyways, I think I've said enough about that. So, if you want to talk more about the Bible and stuff like that and stories I've read, and why some stories are my favorite stories. Um, I'm open to it, definitely. And yeah, we're gonna get started with not the TV. We're gonna get started with the video Brainwashed by Tom MacDonald. So let's get to it. Okay, here we go. So, dun 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 dun. Where are we at over here? That's so true. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, we don't need to defund the police. I know what some of you may be thinking. You're black. Why are you saying that? Don't Black lives matter? Black lives do matter, but all lives matter. This just, it's as simple as that. All lives do matter. I'm not dismissing slavery. Slavery happened, okay? A lot of racist stuff ish happened in this country. And yeah, but if we let it happen to one group, then it'll happen to another, then it'll happen to another. So all lives have to matter, or no lives matter, period. Um, that's all I have to say about that. Do I experience racism? Have I experienced before? Yes, I have. However, and have I been influenced by that to look at what we call here white people differently? Yeah, definitely. Racism, when someone's racist to you, and they treat you differently than others because of the way you look, your pigmentation, it really does mess with your head. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Um, it can manifest that person actually to think that one particular group of people are all the same. And in fact, Tom MacDonald actually mentions this in his short clip about why he made White Boy. And his best friend actually told him this because it's the stuff. It's not that we want to be that way, it's just that we've been through so much that we literally do not have time to try to figure out if a person is or is not. We just don't. That's the perspective that all of us are coming from. Maybe not all of us. Like, I'm not that way now. Keep in mind, it's different meeting people from Europe, Europeans, 'cause that's what they're called. Europeans are way different than white people here in America. They just are. Sorry. It is like, I say that because I live I live with them. I know what you're thinking. How did you live with them? Have you guys ever heard of international homestays? Yeah. So I've had exposure to a lot of cultures. Europeans are just different. They just are. Um, I don't know I think it's just this culture in general that needs to, sorry, I had to pick up my headphones. Something about our culture, something about American culture, where it's just we have overt and invert, like both ends of racism. They're subtle and like straight up in your face racism. I don't know how we're going to fix it. That's why I say all lives matter, because we're not the only people in this country that have suffered. Have we suffered? Did we literally like help build this country? Not even help. You know what I mean. Yeah, we did. We did. Did other people suffer in this country? Yes, they did. Native Americans suffered first, then we suffered second. Who got it worse? I think between both those two groups, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Then you have to think about the immigrants that came over here and how they were discriminated against. Um, and it wasn't necessarily the people, it was the people obeying the system that allowed for other human beings to make it appropriate to discriminate against other people. It's the system that allows it. It's not the people. If you raise a child, it's all about how you were raised. Me, I grew up with different cultures and stuff like that. So, but no, there are some times when I was like, you know what? I'm done with American people, not so much European people, but I have seen Europeans can be racist as well, but I haven't experienced it enough as if I were to experience it over here. I will say that. But yeah, when it came to dealing with American people, I want to deal with them because honestly, it's too much. You know, it's I don't want to waste my time trying to figure out if someone is or is not. That's all I have to say. But at the same time, defund and I'm over that stage now. I know by body language. I'm a psychology major, guys. I know my body language if someone is or is not. Um, but yeah, it is. It's little things, you pay attention. But yeah, defunding the police is not gonna solve the problem. I see both ends. So, and the main reason why I see both ends is because I am applying to become a CHP police, in that field. Coastal Highway Patrol. That's officers who patrol the highway and traffic and stuff like that. So, as I've mentioned before in the previous video, not all police officers are bad. There's good and evil everywhere. Good and evil just coexist at the same time. That's what's happening. And you can't have one without the other. It doesn't make any logical sense, you know. But hey, a lot of us want it that way. We either want it all good or want it all bad. There is no in between, but life is mostly in between. If you've ever met a person who's had like a good life, please let me know. Like, please let me know. I need to meet them because, like, yeah, I've yet to meet a person that's had like 100% good life. Nobody has 100% good life. Just think about that. But defunding the police, just let them do their jobs, please. Like, I have relatives who are African American, there are police officers. Let them do their jobs. In fact, the one of my relatives is chief over the division that I live in. Like, he's over the area that I live in. It's West Los Angeles. And for those of you that are wondering where I live in Southern California. Yes, I live in the United States. But yeah, happy to be here. If I was anywhere else, mm-mm, I don't know if it would work out so well, even despite the history of my ancestors, at least on one side of the family, that is. Yeah, it wouldn't, yeah, it's just there's pros and cons, and this country isn't perfect, but I also benefit from my ancestors' slavery. I also benefit from the soldiers that have to go across the country and fight and for resources. I'm not saying that, take other people's resources and oil and stuff like that. I also benefit from that too. So, I mean, it's a catch 22. Like, yes, I have at least one side of the family, my ancestors were slaves. On the other hand, I still benefit from living in this country. I benefit from slavery as well. So I benefit from a bunch of other stuff too. We don't like other countries don't aren't the same as us. However, our country is not looking like America anymore. We have a big homeless population here. It's across the US. It's everywhere in the US. Even in Hawaii, it's like all 50 states. It's oh my gosh. It's depressing. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop there because I can go on and on and on. But let's just finish watching this video because yeah, I want to get back to that. So this one is sorry guys, I'm trying to match it up because when I play it on YouTube, the volume does not play. So I do have it on my iPod. I know this is lame, but like it is what it is for now, at least. You know, it'll get better eventually. Eventually, just not right now. I was just talking about that. Facts. Situational device. This is the one. Yes, yes, yes. He broke it down. If you saw me miscounting, it's because there's a little bit of overlap between the video and I'm playing on my iPod. I know it's lame. It sucks. It's doing the best I can here. I didn't want to give up, you know. I almost did. I was like, you know what? No, I gotta go strong. I'll figure this out. Learn on the go. Yes, that's my motto. Learn on the go. Make a mistake, own it, learn on the go. But yes, situation, no. Oh gosh, which is awesome. Awesome.